Leo. This happens every time that song comes on. Why? Ugh. What the heck are you doing? You're gonna burn down the store. Who are you? Name's Rob. I thought I'd share my love for the new Rammstein record with the rest of the world, but I guess it's just not meant to be. At least the CD went out with style. Rammstein style. Flames. Die Flamme brennt hell. Jesus, dude, you're a hardcore fan of this band, aren't you? Yeah, for 10 years. You dig them? Yeah, I mean, they're alright. Alright? Alright? They're one of the best bands these days. So raw, so dark, so beautiful. I've been a fan of them since 2009, but the band has existed since 1994. Incredibly enough, the lineup has stayed the same ever since they formed. The band consists of lead guitarist Richard S. Krusp, vocalist Till Lindemann, bassist Oliver Ollie Riedel, rhythm guitarist Paul H. Landers, keyboardist Christian Flacky Lawrence, and drummer Christoph Doom Schneider. Many of the members had experience with bands before Rammstein and were involved in projects like The Firma, First Arch, and Feeling B, amongst others. Huh, that's interesting, I didn't know that. In my mind, they're just one of those bands that happened to be there, you know? And they also had this fully developed sound when they first started to release singles. They're just like a Komodo dragon of metal music. They've been like that for thousands of years, it seems. Yeah, I get what you mean. What's so awesome about them is that they have such a versatile sound, while at the same time being congruent and consistent. Going back to the roots in '94, Riedel, Krusp, Lindemann, and Schneider entered an amateur band competition. Bands were supposed to send in their recorded material, and the band with the most outstanding music would win 1 week of recording time in a professional studio. The 4 guys sent in their demo tape, which mainly contained early versions of songs that would end up on their debut. But instead of singing in German, some of the songs were written and performed in English. Landers and Lawrence heard the demo and were intrigued, so they ended up joining the band too and completed the lineup that we have today. What the? What? But how? Oh my god, it's Rammstein's first performance on MTV. When the band recorded their debut album Herzeleid in '94 and '95 and released it by the end of September in '95, the album didn't go on to sell much, but the band put a lot of focus into playing as many shows as possible. They did a tour with Clawfinger in Warsaw and Prague, and later they did a 17-show tour in Germany in December of '95. Now it's because of their heavy emphasis on playing shows and because of their talented stage presence that they got this MTV gig in the first place. Their reputation for being a credible live act went through the roof. So yeah, this is MTV's Hanging Out tour in '96. Did you put this on? No, I stood right here. Huh, that's weird. Hey, is that a Lost Highway poster on the wall? Yep, we just got a new delivery with those on VHS this morning. Have you seen it? Yeah, I saw it just a few weeks ago at the movies. Pretty good, especially because it features 2 of Rammstein's songs, Heirate mich and Rammstein. Did you know that Trent Reznor was the one who selected the tracks for that movie? No, I didn't. You're a really hardcore fan of Rammstein, aren't you? Seems like the only thing that you see in here is somehow related to the band. What can I say? I mean, they're my favorite band, right? But I do listen to other bands as well. Like, let's see here. No. What's more Rammstein here? Let's see, well, I listen to a bit of Oomph, but that's about it these days. But anyways, like you said earlier, Rammstein just seemed to come out of the blue. And that's very true. When the band released their second album, they were launched into fame immediately. Censored was released on the 22nd of August in '97, and within 2 weeks after its release, it reached number 1 on the German charts, and basically exploded the band's popularity on a national level. You've probably heard Du hast, right? That's one of the singles from that album. Hey, hello? Whoa, dude. Sorry, it's been a long day. I don't know who you are. You came in here, blasted some music, you burned your CD on the floor, almost ruining the floor, and then the TV randomly goes on, and you just can't stop spewing facts about Rammstein. I just think this is a little bit random, you know? I appreciated your company in the first few minutes of this because there's no other customers here today, as you can see. But this is getting a little bit too weird, to be honest, and it's too tiring for me. Either you buy something or, yeah, I guess I just have to ask you to leave. Haley, it's as empty as Monday can be, huh? What the hell happened here? Did you just shit on the floor or something? Hey, you're a Rammstein fan too? Yeah, I've been a fan for about a decade now. They're awesome. Hey, have you listened to the new album? Puppe is amazing. Those ominous fucking lyrics and Till's voice. I don't know, man. It's some of the best they've ever made. We were just talking about them, actually. Did you know that they initially called themselves Rammstein Flugschau, which translates to Rammstein Airshow? The name was inspired by the Rammstein Airshow disaster, a tragic accident that took place at the American Rammstein Air Base in West Germany in 1988. 3 aircraft of the Italian Air Force display collided during the show, and as the aircraft came crashing down in front of the audience of 300,000 people, 70 people died and hundreds suffered from severe or minor injuries from the fire and explosion. What the hell, man? That's crazy. Yeah, I know. Now, after changing the name to simply Rammstein, the band was sometimes questioned about their connection to the tragic event in interviews. The band often denied the connection and said that the name was inspired by the doorstep devices used for all the gates. Damn, you know a lot about Rammstein, don't you? Are they your favorite band? Yep, they are. Well, talking about Rammstein, we could need a section for Neue Deutsche Harte. What? Neue Deutsche Harte. It translates to New German Hardness. It's a term used for metal music that developed in Germany during the mid-90s. Timing-wise, it's synonymous with the nu metal movement that happened on a more national scale. The term was coined after Rammstein released their debut album. The genre had its root in punk and new wave music from the UK. The Germans quickly developed their own versions of these genres though, with the most obvious distinction being that the bands used German when singing and making lyrics. Although many used German in a very direct fashion, there were others that went on a more alternative route. Clear meaning and pronunciation was switched out with fantasy words, playful sounds, and noise. But with a German twist, of course. Now, the reason why Rammstein was thrown under the Neue Deutsche Harte label was probably because of their distinct sound and performances. They're known for mostly singing in German, blending genres, pushing boundaries, and creating fiery and dramatic stage performances. Fire! Lots of fire. Oh, fire. Yeah, fire. Alright, it's time to wrap up. You have to leave. Hey, calm down, okay? I was just about to look for some CDs. Dude, you really hate this guy, don't you? I think he's cool, man. A little bit weird, but still cool. Of course you think he's cool, you stupid motherfucker. Hey, I found the new Rammstein album. That's pretty good. I'll make sure to treat this one a little bit better and more carefully. Ooh, you have the whole collection here. They've actually been quite consistent in releasing albums over the years. At least until the release of their 6th album, Liebe ist für alle da, in 2009. From here on, the band went on a recording hiatus and decided to only go on tour for the following years. It didn't go long until the band started thinking about creating a new one though, and they concluded this in an interview as far back as in 2014. But the release date was pushed another 5 years into the future at the 17th of May, 2019. So, does this mean you're gonna buy the album? You're really tired of having me here, aren't you? No, you're alright, man. Just let me know if you want to buy the record. Sorry if I made a mess and talked too much, man. Here, you can have this. I bought this for myself. It's my favorite album by them. I already have a copy, but this is an extended version. Honestly, I don't need it, so you can have it. Maybe it will help you understand the genius of this band. Or maybe not. Well, anyways, cheers. Hey, thanks a lot, man. See ya. What the heck?